guys, in this episode of MUGENJUKU on the Move, we've come up to Carshalton in London to meet Tony Hughes sensei, who teaches up here. I've come along with Dom. Hey. Alright. So wave again. Dom is a very good Yoshinkan Aikido instructor and runs the club that I train at in Haywards Heath, so I'll pop his details here. So if you fancy training and you're in the area, please pop in, say hi. Okay, so we're a little bit early and no one's here yet, so I'm gonna ask Dom to tell us a little bit about himself. So Dom, you trained with John's,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
same teacher as me.
yes, although started with Tony before John's.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, trained with Tony for a few years, and then we lost where we trained at the time. So we cut our days down, so then I started looking for other teachers, and saw John's, started training with John's.
Cool. So how long were you training with John's?
Oh,
or how long have you trained in Yoshinkan?
14, I think 14 years now.
14 years, so a long
2004, so yeah, 14.
And now Dom is the instructor in the UK for Renshinkai, so Chida Sensei's branch of Yoshinkan Aikido. So how long have you been doing that with Chida Sensei?
So 2 years, but since we've been named an official, probably a year and a half.
Okay, and your dojo name is?
Seryukan.
Right, which means?
So it's like a beginner's mindset, flowing energy school. Chida Sensei put it far better than that.
Yeah, so it can be kind of complicated to explain, but it makes sense. Okay, Dom, so let's say for example someone who's watching this video who hasn't done Yoshinkan before, what do you think might interest them? What would be a good pull?
So if you're looking at Aikido generally, then I'd definitely look at Yoshinkan, because it's got a really strong base to learn from. We have our Kyondo, so our basic movements, so there's 6 basic movements, and once you've learned those, everything else becomes much easier and much simpler. You're not baffled to start with trying to think of energy flow and timing and stuff like that. You focus on the basics and then the rest gets easy.
Cool. So what is it that pulled you to Aikido?
So back in 2004 I was a lot more unhealthy. I was smoking, and I wanted to do something for fitness, so I wasn't actually looking at martial arts in particular, but then I started looking at martial arts, so I started to research, and they all seemed relatively sort of similar or samey or similar principles. But then I came across Aikido, started to research it, and it just seemed to get more and more interesting the more and more I read about it. And then at the time the closest club was Tony's. Turned up, did 1 session, and that was it, sold. Never looked back.
Cool. Right, so let's hope we can get in and train with this legendary man Tony, if he turns up.
Yeah.